right, good afternoon. It is December 16th, 2021, and today it was all downhill. This is how I saw it. I'm sure there are other ways to see this. Earlier when I was drawing this line, it didn't look like it would do you much, but now you can see we got a bounce right there. So, and you could see, okay, it looks like we got to overshoot maybe down here. But no, this would mean this kind of looks like a midline to me. So we'll see. I guess I can leave it on there because it doesn't really obstruct anything. So let's take a look at these trades. I didn't really check to see if there were measured legs down. I don't think so. This looks like, it looks like almost like 3 legs. Right here. Because we went way past that first measured move. Maybe, is that what I already measured? Yeah, that's already what I measured. So this, no, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, in the overnight we had this trend up, and I guess all those traders just exited. And I think it was okay. This was after, I think this was at 5 o'clock right here. Oh, 4:30, never mind. So I'll delete that. But that failure, I think it was okay to take because we had this move up, and that really looks like one leg and then a break of the channel and one, maybe 2 legs up to a new high. So, but anyway, first trade I marked comes right here. Second entry short. We've been trending down, and that does confirm that trend channel. You might have even had it drawn a little steeper than I did, and it still works either way. So, second entry short, textbook entry. We come back here, and that was also a double test of this price level. We come back, test it again, get a nice bearish bar again. So, yeah, it does look like a range, but you might even have the midline like that. And with that being the case, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I'm pretty sure I did have a range drawn like this earlier. That looks like there's plenty of room to the lows. Then we got these small bars right here. We pull back, and you could probably make the argument for this to be an entry, but I didn't mark it. Doesn't look like it's testing a similar level, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't come up and test that price level, so nothing there. It appeared to me like we were in this flatter channel at this point off of these 3 highs. It looks like this midline is true, so I do believe these are the lows. And so we come up here, we make 2 legs up. I don't think you can go short here, but that does look like 2 measured legs up. That's perfect. 2 perfect measured legs up. So I'm sure some people viewed that as a good entry. You might want to wait until the lower high. This is not a bad idea right here, but it looks like you're going into some support. But when you get this failed second entry long, I like that. Even though it's above the EMA with the downward bias today, and especially if you had this channel drawn, it's like a lower high. I think you take that. And you could, I mean, at first glance, this looks like a failed second entry long, but I don't like it when it is that far from the EMA. But if you're patient, we have a trap. This setup, similar to the trap that Matt discussed yesterday. You know, we have this first entry, second entry, failed second entry long. So, you know, probably catches a lot of people going long here thinking they're picking a bottom. So this bearish bar off the trend line, I think you can take that. It's just a trap. It's aggressive though. and I don't see anything in this at first glance. This is a failed second entry short, but we're not looking for shorts at this point. Just congestive right here, and then we make, looks probably like another perfect measured move. Nah, not even. So we make two legs up, and you get a first entry, failed second entry long right here. You barely get a scalp out of this. I was really expecting a, it's set up so well. I thought we would get more out of it, but if you, now that I'm drawing my trend line, you are going into the lows of that channel, so that's something you got to keep in mind. And that being the case, you know, this might be a green arrow instead of a red arrow. But we come back up, test the top of the long-term channel, lower high right here. Actually, this is matching highs. First entry, failed second entry long, and that's kind of like a repeat of this, except this one sets up much better below the EMA. Definitely take that trade. Come down here, big leg down, form some congestion, we break out, counter trend, and you also get a first second entry short right here. Take that, but unfortunately it's very congestive, so it takes it a minute to work. And we come back down into this congestive area. So this range, this is a micro range up here, but I'm sure this range is really closer to like that. So this is a second entry short off the EMA. Definitely aggressive. It doesn't set up too well, but it also looks like a failed counter trend breakout to me. And that's what this looked like, but I mean, you shouldn't be going long. The one reason I did mark this is because we're still kind of close to these overnight lows, and we didn't really trend much further here. And so when we bounce again right here, you know, you might take that, but that's definitely, you're taking a big risk. But here, just super bearish bar, and like I said, this, you might be looking at this as congestion, so that's just a counter trend breakout. But if you are patient, you get a first entry, failed second entry long with a super bearish bar, and I think you have to take that, and that starts this channel down. And we form this congestion, and technically this is a second entry short, but it also looks like a failed break higher, and it's off the trend channel. It also looks like a first failed second entry long, and I don't think you can take this, just looks way too congestive. First entry, second entry short, didn't trigger. When you get that third entry, I like that. This kind of looks like a double bottom too, so you could look at that as a second entry. Then we get this lower high with room back to the EMA. I like that. Unfortunately, you don't get, it looks like you probably get stopped out on both of those. And we form this range right here, so when we get this breakout pullback, you might take that. It's just the first entry. And you probably have a heart attack. I actually took this, so you have a heart attack when it comes back, because this is all only 3 ticks. I think you get your 4th tick on this bar, and this is all too far from the EMA. This is the first entry, so you can't enter that. That's a big move. Then we get a first, second entry. It just doesn't set up too well, and it looks like it's like a, no, it is it does look like a break and a new high. So yeah, that looks like a break and a new high, and it is a second entry, but it's just, that's a strong move up, so that thing could keep going. All this craziness, nothing in here, and then we started trading violently up, and that's where we're at right now. We're still moving up, and it looks like we just broke the long-term channel of the day. So that's what I saw today. I over traded today. Let's take a look at these trades. Oh my gosh, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, looks like eight trades. So right away I started off poorly, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I went long, and I remember this. Listen, if you have a voice in your head telling you not to take the trade, and that hasn't been a problem before, like I've never had the problem of pulling the trigger. I've never, I over trade. I never under trade. So I feel like if I have the voice talking to me in my head, telling me not to take a trade, I should probably listen to it. If you draw your short-term channel, or even a longer-term channel, okay, so this is why some people might have gotten trapped, but I wasn't looking at this. They would say that second entry is off the trend channel, but even still, you would we didn't come to the top of the channel. But I was looking at it like this. This is what I was looking at. Maybe even like this. No, I don't think so. I was looking at it like this. And so we had a break of this channel, and that looks like, this looks like one move down, one leg of correction. So I was telling myself, like, it looks like one leg of correction. This doesn't really look like the completion of one leg down. So yeah, I didn't like this setup. I took it anyway, and that's what happens. You get burned. Oh yeah, here, this was very strange. So I went long here like it was like a double test or something, like that, like a double test. First of all, I didn't have my trend channel drawn. Okay, so not a good idea. But it triggered and went down so fast that my stop wasn't even hit, and I got all these error messages. So I don't know if anyone's ever experienced that. Please let me know if you have, because I don't want that to happen when I'm using real money. That would be terrible. Went long here, went short here, and that's a correct entry. So I'm glad I did that. It looks like I entered twice, and I don't want to be doing that. That's poor behavior. But that's a good trade. Why did I go long here? I have no idea why I would go long here. That's just not a good idea. Let's keep, okay, so looks like okay, so I entered here. That's a good entry. That's a failed second entry long. And it looks like I held a runner and got stopped out. So don't do that. See, that alone would improve my bottom line. Do that on my practice account. Play around on my practice account, not on this though. I entered long here thinking I caught a reversal. See, that's another thing. I don't want to be trying to catch reversals. Second entry, take that short. Went short on this. For no idea what I was doing here. This is just congestion. I don't know what. Probably went short on this bar. Huh, what a bad idea. Then you go short here. This works. It looks like only one contract, maybe. Maybe that was an accident. I know I didn't get a runner. So all these shorts worked. And so I think. Okay, I went short here. That worked. This was not. This was. I would say this is poor behavior because the signal bar didn't close well. If the signal bar closed well, that's a failure, and I mean, I like that. So let's see. What is the main problem here today? That was just bad behavior, entering in congestion, didn't wait for a breakout. I went long counter trend, so that's no good. And I didn't just fully scalp out or move my runner to break even. And then this trade right here. So just little mistakes that I can fix, you know, they're almost purely psychological. So hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back.